touched on it briefly, but before I wrap this up, let's talk about titles, tags, and descriptions. I covered the tags pretty in-depthly in a previous lesson, so I'm just going to talk mainly about the title and the description. Now, the title, typically what you want to do in the title is be descriptive, tell people what your video is going to be about. Don't get too clickbaity, don't misrepresent what your video is going to be about, because people don't really care for that. If they click on a video expecting something based on your title and get something completely different, it's definitely going to sour them from your channel. Possibly, if they're a subscriber, make them unsubscribe, or if they watch your videos consistently, make them not come back for more. So you have to be mindful of your subscribers, of your viewers, because you don't want to scare them off. Being clear in what your title's about, you can fudge it a little bit. As long as the main focus of your video is in the title, people won't really care, as long as they have a representation of what the video is going to be about before they click on it. One thing that a lot of people do is go with the all caps in the titles. Some people find this obnoxious, but it definitely has a method behind the madness, because it does work. People like to click on the full caps lock titles, and if you're just starting out, I would recommend just starting out with the caps lock titles. There's no harm in it, because you don't really have a following from the get-go. So if you build your channel up around the caps lock titles, people who subscribe are subscribing because they like what you do, and they notice that you have caps lock titles. It's not going to be an issue, because they subscribe because of what you do. And if that's one of your base things on your channel, it's not going to matter to them. The same can go for your thumbnails as well. If you start off with 0 subscribers, start clickbaiting the thumbnails, the titles, the tags, the descriptions. And like I said, you can do all of this. It's completely fine, as long as you do not misrepresent what your video is going to be about. And if you're just starting out, I would recommend just jumping right into the clickbait, because like it or not, I think clickbait is here to stay on YouTube. So might as well start early, because it definitely has benefits. A lot of people do find these titles, these thumbnails, intriguing, and they will click on them, so it's definitely worth starting out that way. If you've already built an audience and are trying to transition to different thumbnails, maybe make it a gradual process. Don't go full clickbaity from the start, but gradually get there by introducing more and more outlandish things to the title, to the thumbnail, etc. Now, typically descriptions, you don't really want to put keywords in them, but it seems to be that a lot of people are thinking that YouTube's algorithm actually favors keywords in the descriptions now. So you can explain what your video is going to be about at like the top of your description page, maybe at the bottom of your description page, let people know what they're getting into, and that might help out on the YouTube algorithm as well. So yeah, there's a lot of trial and error when it comes to figuring out what titles, thumbnails, tags, descriptions, all this stuff goes into playing a part on your YouTube channel. You will have to figure out what works for you. If you start to see results, maybe don't change a thing, maybe fine-tune it. That's what I would recommend. Typically, like I said, description, you don't typically see keywords in there, but you can try it out, see if it works for you. The description is mainly used for promoting yourself, or promoting the product you're showing off, or trying to get affiliate sales, stuff like that. Social media is another thing that is spammed a lot in descriptions, and that's one thing I would recommend, is make sure your social media links are up to date and placed in your description. Typically at the top of the description page is kind of like the money area. That's where a lot of sponsors and stuff will want their links placed. If they're paying you to promote them, you will have to put them at the top of the description page, and that's kind of what goes with the territory. If you're doing sponsored videos, make sure to give them love, make sure that they get the clicks on their links, because they will come back more and more to you if they see results, and getting the best results is going to be at the top of the description page. So yeah, like I said, trial and error, figure out what works best for you and your channel, and good luck going forward.